Okay, we're rolling.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. Glad you're here. We are doing this little mini-series right now. We're stepping outside of our normal episodes to do this. We're talking about podcasting for professionals, and we're doing some discussions around why a podcast might be good for you. And now, if you're a service pro, you're a dentist, a plumber, an interior designer, how can a podcast help you to connect with your clients, with your patients, with the people that you serve? Would a podcast work for you, and how would it work? And, how do I even do this? And that's what I'm excited to have you here for, is we're going to jump into this and discuss in practical ways for you as a service professional on how a podcast might be an amazing way to invest your marketing budget. Instead of throwing your face on a park bench or a bus, the back of a bus, a taxi, maybe you could spend your money better by creating a podcast. Now, I put this caution out, I put this clarification out as well. I'm not talking about you're like, Dave, I'm too busy to do a podcast. I got it. Perfect. That's where I come in. I can help you with this. I can help you with the behind the scenes. I can do all the stuff. All I need is your voice and your expertise captured on a microphone or recorded for me. I'll take care of the rest. So that's the first thing as well. I'm not asking you to sign up to do a podcast every week. You have other things to do than create a podcast episode. I'm talking about a short run series of episodes. Let's say 5, 10 episodes. Okay, where you get on and you talk about what you do and who you serve, share your expertise, your unique insights into this area that as a service professional that you do, that sets you apart from your competition. By creating a podcast, it also separates you from the competition because they're not doing this. And you have money set aside in this calendar year that you're looking to spend to get in front of more people who want what you want. People are coming to podcasting not just to be entertained or have a story or hear an interview. They're looking for professionals who can help them solve a problem. And that's what you do every day, is you solve problems. So I'm going to break this into 3 different service types. You can swap out what I'm talking about and put yourself in here. But this is just kind of an idea of 3 different service professionals and how a podcast might help you. We're going to talk about dentists, we're going to talk about plumbers, and we're going to talk about interior decorators, just as an example. Insert your business here. But here's 3 examples of service pros that could really benefit from a podcast. I'm glad you're here. Take it. Here we go. So you are a dentist. You are a very busy dentist. You have people waiting in the waiting room right now. And you got a full day. You have a big team. Everybody's busy. It's go, 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 go. Now, one thing about dentistry is not every patient is thrilled to see you. So when they come into the door and sit in the waiting room and look at the magazines that are from 2 years ago and the TV's on mute, but I can still watch it. And people come and go and I don't know where to hang up my coat, all that stuff. People are a little uneasy coming into a dentist office, especially if they know today's the day that you're going to make a hole in their teeth. So when they come in, they're already their back is up a little bit. They're nervous. What if you had a podcast? You're like, Dave, come on, really? I'm a dentist. Do you think I need a podcast? Well, what if a podcast was kind of like your bedside manner, where you get to sit and comfort and be with your clients, your customers, your patients, and you get to spend time with them where they feel more comfortable with you because they've been listening to you talk about dental health, talk about proper brushing, all that kind of stuff. Maybe updates to dentistry that maybe we wouldn't hear, but it's our time with you without the mask, right? There's no mask, just you on the mic talking about dentistry. I have a unique idea for you. You could have, if you're a funny person, you could have more of a comedy podcast that makes people smile. And when you smile, think of Dave's Dentistry, right? It could be unrelated to dentistry altogether. Not about flossing, not about crowns and all of that. No. You could just have a comedy podcast, a fun, light comedy podcast that shows a different side of you that we don't see with that mask over your face as you work on our teeth. Maybe that's something. I think that a dentistry podcast would be great because it could really help you to educate on preventive care, right? So as clients, as patients, we coming in with better knowledge. Like when you ask us if we floss and we tell you yes, and you look in our mouth and you're like, no, you don't. Maybe more about flossing and why it's important because, who's got time, right? Maybe you debunk some of the most common dental myths that there is out there. Maybe that's something you could talk about. And maybe what to expect from procedures and how to reduce your fear and build trust between a patient and their dentist. I'm telling you right now, all of the other dentists in your city are probably not even considering a podcast. So that alone puts you in a different spot. A QR code where you go up to sign for your documents when you're done your dental appointment that takes you straight to your podcast. Awesome. I just think it's unique because it's unexpected. It's not common. And it's something that you could create in a small batch of episodes. And it could have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But it's just time with you. So consider this. I know you're busy. I know my dentist is always busy. He's got like 5 patients on the go at the same time. I don't know how he does it. I don't even know how he keeps it all straight. And the idea of him taking time away to do a podcast seems ridiculous. But if you hear me out for a second, I just think because it's so unique, I think it gives you an opportunity to reach an audience that no one else has even thought of reaching. You can promote your dental practice. You can promote your services. You can build a bond with your clients, your patients, that no other dentist is doing. You could highlight patients' journeys. Keep them anonymous or with their consent, and humanize the practice of dentistry and help to encourage referrals for your services. Share a story of somebody coming in with a dental emergency and how you solved it and what was the result, and justify this as patient education channel. This is a way for you to help your patients understand dentistry better. We only get you when we're in the chair as a patient. We don't get to see you outside of your dental practice. We don't get to know you as a person. And I think anything that builds a bond between you and your patient, again, that great bedside manner, I think it's just great to have that connection and that bond. Anything that helps us to understand what's happening as a patient, I think really helps increase the acceptance of treatments and what you recommend for us and why. So as dentists, consider a podcast. We can create one for you with 5-10 episodes, put it out into the world, and be done. You can go back to your practice and continue the great work you do with your patients. And this just lives out there in the universe for your clients and your patients. I live in a city with 150,000 people. And even if a tiny percentage of people listen to your dentist podcast in my city, you will have more people listening to your show than you could ever fit in your calendar and in your dental practice. It's amazing. You could also lean on your team and have the person who books the appointments on to do an episode. Why do we call you the day before? We'll talk about that. You could have the person who does all the cleaning come on and give you cleaning tips to help you have a better appointment for your next cleaning. There's a lot of people. We could have people come on and talk about dental health and also talk about dental options for insurance. Right? There's a lot of different things that you could do. So just think about it from a patient's point of view, not a dentist's point of view, a patient's point of view. How could your podcast idea help your patient? And let's build it. Let's build something fun. If you want a humorous podcast, it just tells dad jokes, makes people laugh. And every time they laugh, they're like, you know what? I look in the mirror and see my smile and go, I'm going to go see my dentist. Right? It could be as simple as that. So think about it. Dentist, service pro, how are you connecting with your patients after they leave the chair and before they arrive for their appointment? Could be a podcast. Something to think about. Something that might make you smile. Plumbers. Now, most of you spend a lot of time in the weirdest contortions possible, trying to get to a sink, a pipe, around a toilet, in a shower. You're like the yoga masters of all of the service pros out there. I don't know how you do that. And you keep your pants up, which is great too, because, that's fun. So you're climbing around in some of the grossest places ever. And I can tell you, the idea of a plumber having a podcast, it's pretty slim to none that any of your competitors are even thinking about this. And I know, as a service professional, you're a busy person. The idea of you sitting down, pulling out a microphone and talking about plumbing is the last thing that you would ever think to do. But hear me out. When I am looking for a plumber, I'm bringing you into my home as a client. And when I find the right person as a plumber, I stop looking. I stop looking at all of the other alternatives because you've been in my home. You were honest. You showed me what I needed to know. You didn't talk over my head. You gave me great information, which may help me make a better decision. You could have taken me for a lot of money, but you didn't. You gave me that free repair that you could just do because you were there, and you just didn't put it on the bill. You showed up, and you brought honesty. You brought openness. You didn't hide anything from me. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm telling people about you because of my great interaction with you. The opposite is true. That plumber who comes in and rips me off, who is rude, who makes a mess and doesn't clean up after themselves, who is barky and rough. They might be great at what they do, but their personal skills are terrible. I'm telling people about that person as well. Now imagine if you could be preventative through a podcast and help us to understand how some of the basic plumbing in our house works. Or maybe, hey, you're going to go to a open house to go view a house that you might be purchasing. You're really thinking about it. When you walk through the home with a real estate as a plumber, here's the 5 things I would check. Flush the toilet and turn on the tap in the bathroom at the same time. Look for drips. Look for this. Look for that. If you were buying a house as a plumber, what would you look for? Because you know what to look for, and you know where the potential problems are. So tell us, why does the taps turn green in our laundry sink? What is that? And how do I fix that? Why does my tap always drip? There's a little things that just seem like it's annoying, but I don't know if it's big enough to hire somebody, and maybe I can fix it myself. Maybe I should just hire you. When is it time to bring in the pro, and when can I fix it myself? You could give a lot of great value. And I tell you, as a consumer, I'm a homeowner and I own rental property. When I find the right person, again, like I said, I stop looking. And if you brought me value through a podcast, and I could go to a Plumber 101 podcast and get the basics on home maintenance and what to look for, and you'll help me save me a lot of money. I will put you in my contact list. I will share your podcast and I will tell people. So again, in my city, 150,000 people roughly. Out of 150,000 people, how many plumbers are there? I don't know. Let's say 100. I don't know. Just making up numbers. Out of those 100 plumbers, how many of them have a podcast? Probably 0. So anything that sets you apart, you're going to put your money in marketing anyway. You're going to put it on the side of your van. You're going to buy a bus shelter sign. You're going to put a poster up at the mall. I don't know. You're going to slap your face on a bus. But really, is that giving you anything substantial? Is that giving you a connection point with an audience? Probably not. Not like a podcast. So I know you're busy. I know you don't have time to do this. But if you could create a podcast idea, we could build it for you. Whether it's your voice or someone else's voice doing the podcast, we could build something for you that could be amazing and bring people to you. You could be your own sponsor for your show, and we would send listeners and potential clients to you because you show up. So before you spend money on a bus shelter sign or a bus bench, come talk to me. I'd love to help you take that money and put it to use to build community around what you do. I think there's a missed opportunity here. Service pros, plumbers, podcasting might be the perfect thing to flush new people into your community, right? And that constant drip, here we go, that constant drip of content is something people can't ignore. So bring value through a podcast as a plumber. I'd love to help you. So let's think about this together. Reach out. howtopodcast.ca. So you're an interior decorator. You help with home staging. You help with designing new home layouts. You help people with kitchen islands and picking the right tiles and the right stone and the right colors and paint. You're a pro. Everything you do is visual. Then maybe a video podcast would be great for you, where you walk through and show how colors work together. That might be a great idea for you. I can tell you again that, like when we talked about dentists and plumbers, interior decorators don't compete in podcasting. In your city, I doubt there's anybody who does this. So you could be the only podcast in your city. And if you only reached your city, don't worry about the world, just your city. I bet there's more clients who would love to meet you through a podcast than will ever take your business card off a wall, that will ever know about you from some kind of bus shelter picture or your face on the back of a bus. It's not going to work. The same way as your voice, your video, your audio in front of an audience. There is so much that you know. Think of your education. Think of what you have done to get here. And how often do you get to talk about that? How often do you get to share trends and what's happening in the world of design? How often do you get to show the before and after? People love those home network TV shows where people come in and they show you the worst and then they show you the result, which is amazing. Why do those shows exist? Because they work. People love seeing those renovation shows. They love seeing people who do what you do. Then you don't need some big fancy network to float your show. You can start today with a video camera, with your phone, with audio, with video, whatever you want to do. We could build you something as an interior decorator that reaches the same audience that all those other big shows have with a very small budget. Very small compared to what they're doing. You don't need a team of 20 to turn an episode out. A small team can do the same thing and be so fast and create this for you. So as you go through your day-to-day and you think of your client stories and you think of the people you've coached and the people you've helped in the past, think about a podcast. Because we could take your world and put it out there on the internet for people to connect with through YouTube, through Spotify's video platform, through Spotify podcast. There's a lot of ways that we can put you into the world and demonstrate for the world what you do. Visually, if that's where you want to go, or audibly, where you just tell great stories and people get to build their world around you. It is the best marketing spend you can make as an interior decorator, is to be in the routine of people who love what you do. So you can do a short run podcast, 10 episodes, be done, 5 episodes, be done, or an ongoing podcast. I just think that what you do is so unique and your look and your take on the trends around interior decorating and color choices and what's happening and all of this would make people want to hire you and make people want to work with you. So if you want to build community around what you do and you don't want to just be a face on a bus, a podcast might be perfect for you. Love to help you. So keep it in mind. Service pros. Podcasts are untapped territory for you. Your audience is there. They are underserved. There are more podcast listeners right now than there are podcasts. It's a fact. There's millions of people who come to podcasts to listen and watch, and a small portion of podcasts that are active. So it's not too late. 2026 is not too late for you to create a podcast around your service business. Dentists, plumbers, interior decorators, whoever is listening to this, we need your content in the world. And I can help you. howtopodcast.ca. Would love to help you. My calendar is always there. Reach out anytime. Have any questions. You just want to talk it through. You're not sure if you really want to do this yet. Then maybe I can convince you just by having a conversation on the internet. It's a Zoom link. Calendar is always there. Love to chat. So reach out. Maybe a podcast is going to help you with your community. I know it will, but until you believe it yourself, I'd love to help you. howtopodcast.ca. Thanks for being here. Hey, thanks for being part of the podcast. Thanks for listening to our Podcasting for Professionals little mini series that we're doing. Love doing this. Love spending time with you. Again, if you need any help at all and you're thinking, I have questions. I don't even know for sure if I want to start a podcast, but I just have questions. Let me know. If you're if you're a guest, you want to be a guest on podcasts and you're like, I don't know how to do this. I don't have a PR agent. I don't have anybody helping me. I'm an author. I'm a professional. I have a team, but they don't know either. How do I get on shows? If you just want to have a conversation, love to help you. It's always there. howtopodcast.ca is my calendar invite. It lives there all the time. You have access to it anytime you want. Whatever's available when you open that calendar, in whatever time zone, I'm ready for you. So let's get together and chat. I'll give you some direction, give you some ideas, some tools, some websites, some places to consider. Happy to help you. Always willing to serve. And love helping new guests find podcasts as well. So I've got some great options for you. I have some great friends in podcasting as well. They can get you started. And really from there, you can build wherever you want to go. So whether you want to be a podcaster yourself, as we're talking about in this little mini series for professionals about podcasting, starting your own show, even if it's just short, a few episodes, right? We're talking about that here. We're also talking about guesting. So if you need help with that and you want somebody to walk with you on the guesting journey, you don't have a PR agent, even if you do have a PR agent, you're still like, I don't know what I'm doing. Reach out to me, howtopodcast.ca. Love to help you and point you in the right direction. Again, here to serve. Love to see you grow and build community around whatever you're doing. And I believe podcasting could be the answer for you. Firmly believe it, and I have proof. So reach out to me soon. Thank you for being here. Thanks for listening. Take care. You're still here. Great. Awesome. This is bonus content at the end. This is what I do at the end of the episode for people who listen all the way through. So not everybody gets to this point. You did. So I appreciate you being here. I have a person who has a business podcast. Their podcast is designed to make them money by bringing people into their world and buying their product or service. That's what they do. So they're leveraging their podcast like a marketing spend. So instead of putting it into newspaper ads or radio ads, they're like, forget that. That's not got any return on investment. I'm going to create a podcast. So they take that money and they go buy microphones. They get a hosting site for their podcast. They hire somebody like me to help them edit their show. And they put out their podcast into the world, and marketing budget pays for their podcast. Awesome. How do I grow my business podcast is different than maybe how do I grow my hobby podcast, where I'm just doing it for fun because I love podcasting. When you're making business decisions around your podcast, how do I grow this business podcast is a different question. So what I would say to you is use if you still do business cards, which I still have, throw a QR code for your podcast on your business card so people can take a picture of that. Go to those after 5 meetings with your Chamber of Commerce, whatever you call it, where you live, where business professionals get together, eat like snacks and have drinks and talk business. But you can use your podcast as a differentiator against all of the other people in the room who don't have podcasts, who do what you do. So you can say, hey, I have this podcast. We talk about this, and I'm using my marketing budget to pay for this. And this is what I do on my show. It's a very interesting opening line when meeting other business professionals in public. So use it. If you speak on stage about what you do in your business, talk about your podcast. If you have a podcast, then talk about the fact that you speak on stage. Whatever you do in your business, a podcast can be a huge support for you. It's a light lift as far as creating the content, which I can help you figure out. But it's a way for you to reach an audience that you would not reach otherwise. You can't be everywhere at once, but a podcast can. A podcast can be great for your local community. It could also open the doors to a global audience. So depending on your desire and where you want to go with this, you can reach the audience that you want to reach through a podcast. A bus is only good for a bus and for the bus route, but a podcast can reach your city. Your podcast can reach the world. It's up to you and what you want to do. So let me know if I can help you. Podcast.ca, calendar's right there. Love to have a chat with you. Take care.